This British potato salad is the perfect side dish for a barbecue or potluck. It will go brilliantly with nearly any meat or veggie main, and it is delicious in its own right. Even better, it's really easy to make. Let's begin. First off, it's interesting to note the importance of seasoning the water in which we'll boil the potatoes. It's a technique that can truly elevate the overall flavour of the dish. Fill a pot with about 2 litres of water and bring it to the boil over a high heat. Season the water with 2 tablespoons each of salt, sugar and white wine vinegar. These elements not only infuse flavour into the potatoes but also promote a balanced taste by harmonising salty, sweet and sour notes. Now, grab your potatoes. I have 750 grams of salad potatoes here, and you want to make sure that they are all around the same kind of size. If you have bigger ones like this, then you can cut them in half or smaller if needed. Once your water is boiling and your potatoes are appropriately sized, carefully dunk your potatoes into the pot. This will probably seize the boil. Maintain a high heat and bring it back. Once boiling, lower the heat and simmer for 20 minutes. Meanwhile, move on to your dressing. We'll start with a bunch of chives, a herb belonging to the onion family that imparts a mild yet fresh flavour to the dressing. Finely slice them, taking your time if you need to. Separate about a third of them for garnishing later and scrape the rest up into a medium-sized bowl. The next ingredient, shallots, are milder and sweeter compared to onions. They add a subtle depth to the flavour of the dressing. You're welcome to use white or red onion if that's what you've got. I like to peel all of my shallots and then cut them in half, removing the core if I think it's needed. You can squash the shallots a little if their core is removed. I can now slice them finely lengthways and line them up ready for dicing, which is helpful when slicing like this. This is how I would do kilos and kilos of diced shallots in restaurants that I worked at. Scrape all of these up and add them to your mixing bowl. Originating from flower buds of a Mediterranean bush, capers are often pickled and bring a unique blend of saltness and tanginess to the dressing. I really enjoy them, so I've gone for 2 large tablespoons worth. Just quickly run your knife through them so they're not whole and get them in the bowl too. To bring a little more of that pickle funk to the equation, cornichons are added. You can also use gherkins or these cocktail gherkins like I'm using here. These cocktail gherkins from Waitrose are great, providing the perfect pickliness and crunch when cold out the fridge. That is the timer for the potatoes going off. So let's see how they're getting on. Just grab the largest one from the water and pierce it with a knife. If the knife goes through with no resistance, then your potatoes are good to go. If not, then they need a few more minutes. Check every couple of minutes until they're done. Mine were in fact cooked at this point, so I'm going to drain them and allow them to steam dry. This process helps to ensure the potatoes don't become waterlogged, maintaining their texture for the salad. Okay, so the cornichons just need slicing and dicing. I just cut them in half and sliced crossways. They provide a bit of texture if you leave them a little bit larger. Add them to your bowl. I generally just use shop-bought mayo for most things, unless I want a particularly flavoured mayonnaise. I find Hellmann's always does the job. 3 tablespoons go into the bowl, followed up by 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. The flavour of the oil will mostly get lost here, so don't use anything too expensive. Then, just a tablespoon of white wine vinegar for further acidity. Give it a little mix around so everything gets to know each other, and you've got your dressing ready for the potatoes, which have cooled a little now, enough for me to be able to handle them. Cut the larger potatoes into 2, 3 or 4 pieces, while halving even the small ones, as this will help the dressing to permeate into the potatoes. You want them all to be sort of bite-sized. Leave them to cool if they're quite hot, but if they're only a little bit warm, then you can get them into your dressing bowl. Mix around until nicely coated. Scoop one up for tasting and check for seasoning. It should be fresh and sour at the same time, as well as being creamy and well salted. Adjust the seasoning if you think it's needed with some salt and pepper. Combine once more. Plate up your potato salad and sprinkle with the freshly chopped chives that you set aside earlier. I really enjoy potato salad, and if you follow this recipe, I know that you will too. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment and subscribe. Stay hungry, my friends, and I'll catch you in the next one.